Aloha everyone, this is Gitas from Love the Climb vlog. In today's episode, we're going to try to give you some tips on how you can be a faster, stronger bike rider as a beginner.
Friends faded, now they gone. You can hate it, I got my songs. Friends faded, now they gone.
So I got a message from Instagram from a lovely lady, and she asked, can you do a video maybe on what was your first road bike and how you got into cycling, building up the strength and speed. So regarding my first bike, I recommend checking out this video that I'll link down in the description below. It talks about my first road bike and along with the other road bikes I've had in the past, so that kind of covers some of the gear and what I recommend for a beginner's bike. But I'll start off by saying how I got into cycling. For some of you that don't know, I've been cycling for about 5 years. My name's Gitas, hi. When I was 18, I moved to Massachusetts. I left home, I left my parents' home, and I moved to Massachusetts to pursue my chef career at the time that I was very passionate about. And when I got to Massachusetts, I began working at a restaurant, and I needed a way to get to and from work. So I ended up buying a bike because I couldn't afford a car or car insurance. So I ended up just starting out as just a simple commuter. I just simply needed to get to and from work, and that's all cycling was to me. It was just a mode of transportation. But I also, found enjoyment of taking the time and just going on exploration rides. I was new to Massachusetts. It was a beautiful area. There was a beautiful coast. There was nice bays, forest roads, and I was like, I'm gonna explore this place. So that bike I had was kind of my escape while I was there. I started having a passion for cycling as a commuter and as an explorer. And then one day I rocked up to my local bike shop and I saw these guys coming back from like fast group rides, and I'm just looking at their faces and they all look stoned out of their mind, and I'm like, fuck dude, they just had like the time of their life. I want to go do that. So those guys helped introduce me to the fitness world of cycling. So I ended up, getting into those group rides and like having fun with them, drafting, pacing, and I just fell in love. I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. Like exploring just on your own, like in the wind is an amazing thing. Like I love the absorption of environment, the dopamine rush, but like sitting behind someone's wheel, riding fast and like taking turns pulling and racing was just like incredible. And I'm like, I'm sold. And cycling was what I was gonna be consumed by for the rest of my life, I thought in the moment. And I still am, 5 years strong, and the rest is history essential. I'm here now. So that's a little bit about my story, how I got into cycling. And what I recommend for beginners, is a similar journey and a similar story to mine, and it's a great way to build fitness, strength, and speed. So when I first started cycling, imagine me just kind of cruising. There's these thing called effort zones. I'm gonna put them up right here. Zone 1 recovery, Zone 2 endurance, Zone 3 tempo, Zone 4 threshold, Zone 5 VO2 max, Zone 6 neuromuscular power, sprint power. So these 6 zones, right? 1 and 2 are like really easy. 1 is just complete recovery. It's literally just loosening up your muscles, just turning the pedals over. 2 is an endurance pace. It can be fatiguing after hours, but 1 or 2 hours at this pace is very comfortable, and you can hold a conversation if there was someone next to you riding. So this is the zones I was in, for most of my riding, and this is a great way to build fitness. And for anyone starting out on the bike, I recommend to literally just be in Zone 2. Like for us, if you're like aching to like start training hard, training fast, I want you to do 9 weeks of base training. Every single week, being consistent. Of course, the first 4 weeks building up the mileage, and then sitting on like at least 8 to 10 hours of Zone 2 work per week. So 8 to 10 hours of training per week, and that's what I would want you to do. And what this does, it builds a foundation for your fitness. So imagine a house, you've got the base, you've got the walls, you've got the roof. Right now in fitness, we're planting down the base. We're dropping in the concrete blocks and the pillars and everything else that goes into building a base. But instead of the concrete blocks and the pillars, for your fitness, you're building your heart. You're strengthening your heart, you're strengthening your quads, your calves, your hamstrings. You're strengthening these things so they can support your effort on the bike. They can support your tendons, your ligaments, your muscles without actually getting injured. So that's why I recommend a lot of Zone 2. And Zone 2 is effective, 100%. It does have physiological adaptations. The only time I would not prescribe Zone 2 work when you're starting out is like if you're so limited on time that you're literally cycling under 5 hours a week, and you know, intensity needs to go in to help build a base fitness. But if you're like out there, you know, 10 hours a week and trying to do some high intensity work, you could run into some issues. And like, as much as I praise cycling as a low impact sport, I still find people getting injured. I'm always running in with athletes that I work with, like, getting knee pain. I'm like, ah, shit, okay. All right, let's start stretching. Let's start doing some functional strength work to strengthen the muscles around us so we can avoid any knee pain, you know? So you gotta start gradually, and it's like Zone 2's cool because it's like, you know, it's just so good, man. It's like the only thing you could possibly run into with Zone 2 that would be an issue is boredom. But that means you probably don't really like cycling. But if you like the first 9 weeks, or you know, it's respect, you might run into some boredom if you're training for like a long distance event like an Ironman. But when you're starting out and you're like passionate about cycling, like, dude, like you're just exploring, you're just commuting. Like, meet my friend Phil, for instance. Hey, I just met a fellow cyclist. His name is Phil. Phil, how long have you been riding for?
I'd say 3 years, like consistently.
What's your favorite part about commuting by bike and adventuring and exploring?
Being on a bike just gives you a lot more access to everything. Like, I can just pop off my bike and walk down to a waterfall. I don't have to worry about parking my car. It just can get you everywhere.
Do you enjoy riding?
Oh my god, yeah. There's like such a joy of like flying down a hill and even just like going up hills and like working hard, like feels really good. Awesome, man.
Do you ever see yourself getting more serious?
For sure. I mean, you can see what I'm wearing. Like, I don't have like the gear. I just have the bike and the helmet right now, and I just got this bike though like 3 or 4 months ago.
Okay.
This is my first road bike. Dude, the first day I got this bike and I like hit the road, I couldn't believe how fast I could go on this thing. It like, I was addicted to it. I like couldn't get off of this bike.
Coming from a hybrid to a road bike.
Yeah.
You got gears and everything, triple ring in the front. That means you're gonna be able to climb hills easily. This is a great, you know, first road bike. This is amazing, dude.
Yeah, $150. My friend built it from scratch, so.
Nice. Dude, $150, amazing.
I know.
That is a dope bike. So Phil, if you were a beginner cyclist I was trying to train, which is kind of my job, I'm a cycling coach.
Cool.
I honestly love, you know, you've been cycling for 3 years consistently, and that's what I would want any cyclist who would want to get into more serious training do. Because now it's like you've built base fitness, and that means like you strengthen your calves, your quads, your hamstrings, you know, you strengthened your heart. And like if you wanted to try harder training or keep up with some fast guys, like you would do it no problem. Okay. Like you would be able to actually absorb the training better and prevent injury. So if I recommend for any beginner to start cycling, do what Phil's doing. Don't worry about the gear, dude.
It doesn't matter. Just
get a bike and go explore and have fun and feel empowered from the dopamine hit you get while cycling.
Absolutely. Yes.
So thanks, Phil.
Yeah, man.
Keep having fun out there, bro.
My pleasure, of course.
So Phil's doing exactly what I'm doing. He's just out on the bike, like touring, like big one-day trips. I also think 3-day touring trips are amazing. You know, he's just out riding, foraging for some fruit. He's out commuting. Like, that's a great way to start cycling, you know? Nonetheless, Zone 2 or the win if you want to get strong as a cyclist. After you've done 9 solid weeks what a recovery week every 4th week. Then you're ready to move on to some high intensity training because you got the heart, you got the strength in the legs. Now your body and your fitness is gonna support you when you're gonna put down the power. You're not gonna run into any injuries. You're not gonna burn out. Everyone's so nice today. Just throwing shakas all day. It's good. Sundays, people happy on Sundays. So then you're ready to, you know, take on the high intensity training. And what kind of high intensity training do I recommend? Well, it depends what you want to specialize in. Is it time trials? Is it crit racing? Is it long endurance events? You know, it all depends on what kind of discipline you want to be strong at. But, you know, if you just want general fitness, here's a couple of workouts for you. I've got a sweet spot workout for you, and I got a VO2 max workout. Those are 2 basic workouts that are used for Ironman training. They're used for crit racing. They're used for time trials. Fantastic high intensity workouts. And also, I mean, if you don't want to get into like interval training and clocking in the freaking interval and stuff, go out on the fast group rides. You're ready, you got the strength. Hit up the local bike shop. You know, go on the A rides, the B rides, you know, and go push yourself, chase the wheels. That's a great way to get fit. Also, you got Strava. Go look up the KOMs in your area, look up the segments and go smash KOMs. That's another way to gain fitness. So I hope all that helps, my beginner friends. I want to see you get fit. I want to see you have fun with the sport, you know. Guys, let's all be in this together. I mean, one thing I see a lot is just like hate in the comments, you know, like, man, I do see a lot of people get into the sport for like escapism and use it as a drug and like hurt themselves and suffer. But let's use it to like empower ourselves. Let's use it to set good examples by being fit human beings, you know what I'm saying? You know, let's be chill about it, you know, we're all at different levels. And I'm here no more than just to help you, you know. This is really what I'm here for. I got what I wanted out of this. I enjoy making these videos, and this is my primary income. And I got that, but now I realize I do this for you. I wake up, I grind it out for you, and if you guys want extra from me, you guys want coaching from me, fitness coaching, cycling coaching, you want me to create the training plans for you to get fit, if that's what you need to progress in the sport of cycling, hit me up. lovetheclimbcoaching@gmail.com. You can email me straight away there. We can get started on a program, or you can check out my cycling program through my website, lovetheclimbcoaching.com. Thanks, homies. Love you so much. Feel free to leave down in the comments what kind of videos you'd want me to make, what kind of topics you'd want me to discuss. I'm totally more than open to doing that. I'm going to be more consistent with the videos. Thank you guys. Aloha.
I'm tired of everything looking great from a distance. I just hope I learned from my mistakes in the past. You know, from a distance things always look better, but that doesn't mean they actually are.
Love the sport, love cycling. It's one special sport. There's no other sport where you can immerse yourself in so much nature at the perfect pace. Try it.